Good morning. Good morning. If you hear a ticker, there's no bombs in here. I had to set a timer because I have chicken in the oven for later today. All right. This just cracks me up. I felt really guilty about yesterday's video because I put little or no effort into it. However, at different times I have, because I made the paper. It is not vellum. This that I'm gluing it to, this surface is vellum. This is regular copy paper. But I felt guilty. I'm in a much better frame of mind. But I felt guilty making that video because it was like, I felt like there was no personality in it. And that's not who I want to be as a groundbreaking, record-breaking journalist of crafting here. I say that with lots of humor in my head and in my heart. But everybody loves it, and including me. I'm like, okay, well, there just goes to show you. Maybe don't put so much effort into your work, lady. No, that's not how I feel. I just think it's funny. And I've heard other people say this. You know, oh, I didn't do a very good job with that video, and I don't like the results, and blah, blah, blah. I do like the results. Yes, I have seen the red Hobonichi stuff. Not Hobonichi, Traveler's Notebook stuff. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any of that stuff here ever again. At the rate we're going, we're alienating everybody. Okay, so today, I think I'm going to go along with, I have 2 pieces of vellum here. So I'm probably going to do some more paper on top because to do paint on top, it is iffy. Iffy, that's a technical word. But I think I'm going to do green. There's so much green, especially right now. Coming home from the doctor's yesterday, it was like, oh my God, everything is bright, bright, new green. And what still doesn't have flowers on it, which isn't much. Most of our flowers are gone, but like the blossoms before the green. And it's a beautiful, beautiful week or so here in South Carolina. Today is Wednesday. The Masters practice round starts today. And Monday, they evacuated them because of tornado warnings. Yeah, it's been wackadoodle weather. It's chilly this morning, chilly. In fact, we had to turn the heat on this morning for a second. After we slept with the air conditioner on. I know, my husband won't relinquish control to me, who knows everything. Won't relinquish control of the thermostat to me. It has to be him. That's not true. But anyhow, okay, so green. But maybe a little green with some blue thrown in. I don't know. I kind of have this piece of paper here with very interesting shapes, which I might exaggerate a little bit and see what happens. How did I get gold paint on my scissors? Don't answer that question. Anyhow, I love this. I'm just going to exaggerate this shape a little bit. See where that takes us. So I ended up yesterday with kind of a bust. And I feel guilty about days like that, especially, I don't know. I had to really chastise myself and say it's okay to not have a productive day. Because I was really, it's not like I'm, Miss Susie Homemaker or massively productive here every day. But I just did not do anything beyond what I had to do to survive. And I'm like, ugh. I feel guilty when I do things like that, but I shouldn't. And thank goodness, my husband does a ton of stuff around here. He does a lot of cooking. I cook on the average of once a week. He does the rest. Oh, groceries yesterday. My goodness. About 2 days worth of groceries. It was $130. insane. The price of eggs came down, but everything else went masterfully high. I like this shape right here. Here's some more green. But I'm back to my normal self today. I don't know. I just did not get enough sleep. I didn't feel good the whole day then. I was lazy. I messed up our dinner. I have a, what do you call those things? Pressure cooker. And when I try to use it as a crock pot, it screws it up every time. I can't make it work right. So what we did not eat for dinner last night is being cooked tonight. But I'm sticking it in the oven and then we'll just reheat it later. I put the pressure cooker, the Instapot away. Everybody raves about those things, but I can't ever get it to work right. I'm quite certain it's operator malfunction, but I'm quite certain if I do, my sister calls it, do the Google and see what happens. If I do the Google, I'm sure I can figure it out, but I just don't take time to do it. I get mad at it every time I try to cook something slow. And I have a, whatchamacallit, crock pot down at the beach, but maybe I'll bring it home. No, I think we're leaving them out now. We did not leave stuff like that out, large appliance, things like that. Because there's a air fryer down there too now. But my husband's like, just leave it out. And we haven't had any problems, knock on wood. They're still working. They're still there. People just don't take care of stuff. If they're renting, they're like, oh, it's not my problem. If it breaks, it's theirs. Okay. Let's cover up some of the blue. Even though I like this blue, but I don't want that much blue showing. I want it more green. There, that works. Doesn't look like anything about what the original shape of paper was, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It was a starting place. So green, what could we call this? Oh, I know. B25 green, which is actually army green, but, or what I classify as army green. But yeah, the Masters start. They have an entire heating and air conditioner unit under the grass in that entire golf course. So if it's cold, they can turn the heat on and preserve the flowers as long as possible. If it's hot, they can turn an air unit on somehow, some way, and cool off the grass and the plants. They baby those plants, all for TV viewing, which apparently has paid off. That's a very expensive golf course. Very expensive. And until Condoleezza Rice was Department of Secretary of State, and Darla Moore, who is from here and is a massive businesswoman. The business school at USC is named after her. She's massively millionaire on the stock market in the 70s when, I think it was the 70s, when women weren't thought to have had any brain power for that kind of stuff. Anyhow, her and Condoleezza Rice were the first women to play golf on that golf course. And they didn't, I don't know if Tiger Woods was the first black person, but he was within the first group. They're very, 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 very exclusive and very, 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 very prejudiced thinking. Supposedly much better than they used to be. But it's I think it's only used like 2 or 3 times a year. For the Masters, our friend that, well, my husband's friend, not mine anymore, the ex-husband of a friend of ours, he works these golf tournaments and volunteers. It's a volunteer thing. And they're allowed to practice. They're allowed to play on it one time a year. And then it's a very exclusive golf course. Very exclusive. I think like Roosevelt played down here with Eisenhower or something like that. They don't let anybody play, even if you can afford, which I don't even know if there are club fees or whatever you call them, membership fees. I just don't think too many people are allowed to play there. Okay, so this is vellum, and it's sticking so far. But I like the element of, it's very thick vellum. And I like the element of it shining through, the light shining through. Although this side it doesn't because it's the back of this. But I think I'm okay with that. But I need to do something else on here now. Huh. I'm thinking out loud. I wonder what kind of paint I have handy. I have a couple projects going here at the same time. So I don't have all my supplies right here, such as my paint box. But I do have this one. This is Target's. And it is completely dried out. Oh, you know what? I think I do that. I save the bottle because I like those fit in my little travel box really well. Ugh. All right, let's see. Okay, this is a newer formula, but it almost looks like it's separating. We're gonna try. It's just craft paint, cheap craft paint. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm adding a little green where there was a lot of blue. And at times, folding these pieces into it by connecting them. This is not bomber green, but we're going to call it bomber green. I could paint a little bit on here. Maybe because it's a thick version of vellum. Kind of liking this. Sometimes you just got to let loose. And I do that a lot, especially like painting the first layer on magazine pages or whatever. And that's when you kind of discover new things. So the experts say, which I have found to be true for me too. We could call this azalea leaf green. The azaleas, woo, they have been very pretty this year. They're always pretty. Always pretty. But they don't last very long. This is Stabilo, but I'm not getting it wet. I'm just kind of highlighting the circles a little bit. I'm just playing, which kind of is what I do every day, but I need this therapy today for sure. And it's helping. Sometimes you just get in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood yesterday. Now, let's see. Maybe take these two soft pastel greens and see what happens on the paper. This one is a grayish green, and it does not even show up. It will on the vellum a little bit. I don't know. This one has got more of a minty. It's grayish green too, but it's got blue in it. Shows up a tiny bit. I think it's like this color blue right here. I don't hate this. I get surprised at myself, but I think that's the beauty of having, I say this 100 times a day, the beauty of having this beautiful paper around you and having a lot of it, choices. We're still going to call it Bomber Green. If I could only spell green. And then I have two more. Let's see, this is for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I could do another one. I kind of like how that gel pen reacted. I still have a little bit of water in my gel pen. This is the one that accidentally got stuck in the water jar instead of the pen jar. But it still goes. But I'm wondering if I can't just do tiny little circles of black. This is very much not what I normally do. Very much outside the box for me. Just these little tiny little pinpricks of black on all the surfaces. The paint surface, the paper surface, the vellum surface. Just kind of scattered. Oh, I kind of like that. A little bit of self-control sometimes. Just enough. We don't want too much self-control. But I think I will do like a line around this, outline this. There must be a lot of water up in that chamber. Maybe we should do Azalea Pink. Or Osprey Gray. Ooh. I need to go check on my chicken. Osprey Gray. Even though they're brownish. But they've got all kinds of colors. We're going to call it Osprey Gray tomorrow. I like this. It's got texture. It's got brightness. It's got a see-through element on one side, which doesn't bother me. Torn edges, circles, and it's Bomber Green or Spring Green. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think that's it. Super easy. But again, the supplies are all here. I just have to put them together in different configurations every day. is basically what I'm doing here. But having the time of my life. Okay, Pin, you need to dry out a little bit still. Love it. I need to go check on my chicken. Because it's like 2/3 done. But I'm finishing it up. And then we'll just reheat it later. And a little asparagus and a little rice. Basmati rice. Works for me. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll let you know how the dinner is tomorrow. Oh, what was I going to say? Something came in the mail. Oh, the moon the other night. When I was awake almost the entire night, I went out to get my homebrew coffee stuff. And like at 2, it was about 3-ish. But the moon it's almost whole. I think it's whole like in a day or two. And it was on the horizon of where our house is and the window alignments and the houses next door and the next door to that. It was sitting on the roof line and it was almost whole. It was bright, orangey, whitish yellow. It was like a harvest moon. It was beautiful. I'm like, what the heck is that light? And I'm looking, I'm like, that's the moon. It was spectacular. Anyhow, moon gray. Osprey gray, azalea pink, combination of pink and gray. I'm going off kilter from my theme here, but that's okay. Things on Lake Murray. All right, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow.